Here is the bank strat for attacking in the basement. The 5 operators that are picked because they work well together. Does not mean they are permanent. We can modify them if we have to. Every operator has checkpoints labeled 1 or 2 individually. The location of the checkpoints are what matter most, not the lines I'm going to draw in the direction to get to them. When you drone in the beginning of the round, you will see on the basement blueprint there are green P letters next to drone icons. Those were the primary drones, the drone positions you place in the beginning of the round. There are S drones or secondary drones. The orange colored are secondary because you can place these drones after the round has begun and help to monitor certain areas where there could be roamers. That being said, let's start with Ash. Twitch and Hibana are spawning in the top left corner, and Montaigne and Buck are spawning in the top right. For Ash, who is yellow, goes into the garage, reaches checkpoint 1, ultimately behind this van, and plays picking off anyone in this kill zone. This is the sector of fire right here. For Twitch, in the beginning of the round, we'll support Ash and gaining ground in the garage in the event there are spawn peaks. And at some point, when Ash reaches checkpoint 1, Twitch will turn back and back to the cop car, up the ramp, and we'll go to the loan office window right here. This is checkpoint 1 for Twitch. All the while this is happening, Hibana, in green, will initially rappel up the wall on the building and be placing cover fire on the top window. That way they can see numerous doorways and avenues of approach, including the second floor areas. Once Twitch reaches checkpoint 2, jumping over the teller desk to this hatch, which will probably be not reinforced, we will have Hibana enter the building through the front door. Also jumping over the teller desk to reach checkpoint 2. There is no need to clear the back teller's office or the archive because Buck will be clearing that by that time. That being said, let's move on to Montaigne and Buck. Montaigne is red. Montaigne will be using the sewers, in which case we'll enter the cave to checkpoint 1. Because his distance is so short, Montaigne would be good for using secondary drones. Montaigne is not to pass through the server room until Buck arrives to his second checkpoint. That being said, let's go to Buck, who's in purple. Buck will first rappel this wall up to the rooftop and will pick at the skylight for about 15-20 seconds, in which case we'll then rappel down to the second floor window in the CEO office through here, and we'll clear these rooms, and we'll ultimately breach into the janitor's closet, and then to his first checkpoint, which is breaching the hatch. Once the hatch is breached, you'll be able to visibly see into this room where there's a secondary hatch. This hatch, which would probably be reinforced, goes to the CCTV room in the basement, also where bomb B is. Assuming it is reinforced, you'll be breaching this wall to clear archives, as well as clearing the back teller's office, and then eventually working way back to the skylight stairwell. And at which point he will be reaching his second checkpoint. At this time, Buck will be entering the server room on this side, and Montaigne will be entering the server room on this side. Depending on if these walls are reinforced or not, Buck will be using a frag grenade to create a prone hole in this wall to eventually plant the bomb right here. Of course, this cannot happen until immediately after Montaigne uses his two smokes to cover up right here and right here. You want to deepen this room, that way we can still utilize this camera to see in case someone is spectating to help out. Moving back to Hibana and Twitch, once they reach this hatch at checkpoint 2, either Buck could breach this hatch or one of them can use a breaching charge, doesn't matter. What is going to happen is Twitch is going to utilize these two drones to make sure the all clear is good before coming down this hatch, which would be landing right here, in which case would be immediately dropping a stun grenade right here and then quickly entering the vault through this route, basically taking point of this primary drone and taking this sector of fire, basically creating a whole dissection of the map between Twitch and Ash. On the other hand, you will have Hibana, who is in green. Hibana will be staying up on the first floor, but before, or after rather, the hatch is blown, and immediately after Twitch has entered the vault, Hibana will be charging this wall and can also utilize additional flashes to prevent any flanking from Twitch. It is not recommended for Hibana to drop down the hatch, although it is possible. Other routes that Hibana could take could be this hatch, this stairwell, and more importantly, this stairwell, only because if Buck has the diffuser on this side of the map and goes down for whatever reason, we need someone that can immediately access this stairwell, and Hibana would be the best person to do that because this back tellers and archives area has already been cleared. Should be able to run this route fairly quickly to pick up the diffuser and pick up where we left off. And then the video will show you all this. And that is it.